Back to the shop. I'm here, you're here, we're both here for another episode of Let's Make a Knife. This is the third and final episode where I will be finishing this amazing Quillion Dagger. Everything is rough fit, and now it is time to get everything exactly perfect on the fit. Nice and tight, no wiggle. Got a lot of file work to go on the handle, and I will be doing all the final shaping on the handle pieces. I'm going for an heirloom fit. So they're not going to be perfectly flush, they're going to be just a little rounded out, each individual piece, and I'll kind of show you better what that means through the process. First, we're going to finish the guard, get the guard fit perfectly, and then we will finish the blade, and then solder the guard. That's kind of an interesting order, but it ensures that I do not scratch the blade after it's been finished, because once it's finished and the guard is soldered, cleaning up any mistakes on the blade is tough, really tough. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I have all the pieces marked up as to how I am going to shape each individual piece. They're labeled on each side so I do not essentially forget which way they go on the knife. A pretty tight fit. So now I'm going to clean up the face of the guard here, and we'll do the final fit up. The face of the guard has been all cleaned up, just a slight gap there. Now it's time to do the final filing and sanding to get a perfectly flush fit. I'd say that that's pretty much gapless. So I have the Titanium Damascus spacer right where I want it. Now I'm going to finish grinding the guard, and then I have to do a little extra fit up on this Titanium Damascus spacer. For a lot of very fine work on the grinder, I am very close. All of these surfaces done, except for the pommel. I will do that absolutely last to make sure that I get everything straight. Now I'm going to finish grind the blade. 400 grit belt here. I'll go 400 grit on the grinder, and then hand sand up to 400 grit before I do the final etch. And then we can solder the guard. So with the guard all cleaned up, I'm now going to oxidize it. I'm just going to throw it in the forge and let some forge oxides cover the surface. Now I will let it cool in the forge. Now while the guard cools down in the forge, I am going to hand sand and etch the blade. I'll start at 320 grit and work my way up to 400. And we are 100% ready to etch. Some acetone, just take any of the oils from the hands off of it. I etch this for about 10 minutes. We'll take it out. We'll clean it up. And while the blade is etching, I am going to do a rough coloring on this Titanium Damascus so we can get a good look at those colors. Look at that pattern. I'm going to neutralize this and clean it up. Now I'm going to sand it with a little 600 grit. And there we go. It is etched, polished, and the darkening contrast has been done. While I was at it, I grabbed the guard out of the forge. That looks really, really nice. And there we go. I have it rough fit up. This is at a rough 220 grit. This will get hand sanded up to about 1000 and then buffed on the polishing wheel. Make those colors really pop. Everything is ready for just a little finish sanding. I'm going to solder that guard and this one will be finished. So I have the blade all viced up. Inside of the guard has been cleaned, and now I am going to solder the tang of the blade to the guard. I'm going to let that tang become kind of like a reserve of heat. It's going to let that heat fill up the tang and then pull itself down into the knife. And when it hits the guard, it's going to start transferring some of that to the guard. That'll hit the guard specifically in just a minute and get that hot too. And if I do this correctly, I shouldn't see any discoloration down here past the guard area. Now I will manually heat up the areas that need heated up. I'm going to do all the finish sanding and all the handle pieces, and I'm going to oxidize the pommel, and we'll get this assembled and it will be finished. And tonight, overnight, it will sit with epoxy. And now I'm just going to carefully hand sand all of these pieces. So I have these all cleaned off with acetone, takes any of the oils off, and they're hung up so that they get a very even heat while I do the final heat coloring here. To oxidize pommel. This is quite the monumental evening. I love that rough oxide texture on the guard. Matches the pommel. Very, very happy with this knife. Let's get a couple flybys. So the last, about 2 weeks that I've been working on this have been really, really incredible. I've never done anything quite like this. I've done quite a bit of Damascus, never a Damascus dagger, and to do a Damascus dagger with titanium Damascus spacers that I also made is just really, really amazing. I am beyond happy with this knife. It is just an amazing knife. I will do the final glue up on the handle tonight, but that won't change at all how it looks. It will just make the handle not have any kind of wobble, wiggle. It will be disassemblable. I'm doing a false glue up. So you'll always be able to take the pommel off in case you need to recolor the titanium Damascus spacers, because it takes a lot of heat to do that. So you have to be able to disassemble it. So, that being said, it's not going to be a permanent glue up, but it will be a false glue up to essentially make the handle material fit the tang, to bed into the tang perfectly. I cannot express quite, how amazing this is. It's turned out really, really cool. I am so excited to be making further projects for you guys. And also, I did want to mention that this knife will be for sale. The link below on my website, charlesjonesblades.com, and there you'll also find my Etsy store, as well as all of my social media, so go ahead and give me a follow if you want to stay updated with all of my projects. There's only a small number of projects that I get to showcase on my YouTube channel, but you will see pictures of just about everything that I make on my Facebook and Instagram. You can go ahead and check that out at the links below. If you liked this video, and if you like the series of videos, please like and subscribe. And I have many more creations for you guys. I have already started filming. The next series is going to be about making some folding knives. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Stainless Damascus and titanium Damascus. So, catch you guys on the next video, and thank you for watching. Thank you. It has been really an amazing journey. You have a wonderful rest of your day. See you next time on Let's Make a Knife.